The Lizzo allegations that recently hit the news media are insane, and we're gonna discuss why.
Fat fucking Lizzo, I see what you're trying to fucking do.
The allegations against Lizzo will have lasting effects to her brand even if everything is a complete lie.
I know I'm big, but bitch, I'm not that fucking big. Like, look.
3 of Lizzo's former dancers have come out and essentially said, listen,
that big girl y'all see on that stage is violent. That big girl, she's hypersexual, and she makes everyone in the room uncomfortable and makes us touch dildos and bananas.
They're not only saying this, but they're actually suing her for these things. Lizzo is the epitome for body positivity. She's hardworking and talented. She first gained widespread recognition and success with the release of her 3rd studio album, 'Cause I Love You, in 2019. These songs catapulted her to international fame, and she quickly became a prominent figure in the music industry. The full-figured woman owning her body and twerking on a handstand in a bikini while also blowing into a flute, all of the things I wish I could do at once, makes the world uncomfortable for some reason. This image of confidence and championing other people was shattered this week. 3 former dancers are suing her, claiming that she created a hostile work environment while performing concerts during Lizzo's special tour this year. The lawsuit says that they have been, quote, exposed to an overtly sexual atmosphere that permeated their workplace. Ariana Davis and Crystal Williams were first to file suit and first to be fired. They became dancers at first while competing in Lizzo's reality TV show on Amazon Prime, Watch Out for the Big Girls, in 2021. Davis said that at the time she had an ED, and the statements that Lizzo would make to the dancers gave her the impression that she had to, quote, explain her weight gain and disclose intimate personal details about her life in order to keep her job. A 3rd woman, Noelle Rodriguez, was hired in May 2021. She was hired to perform at first in Lizzo's Rumor music video and joined her dance team afterwards. She's alleging that Lizzo almost got physical with her in front of other dancers and recalled one incident where Lizzo actually balled up her fist and said,
"You're so effing lucky that basically I'm not gonna hit you."
She resigned after Ariana and Crystal were fired. There were more incidences noted in the lawsuit that helped to bolster some of the sexual pressure that some of the women faced. In the lawsuit, it notes that a dancer, fearing Lizzo's response if she didn't do this, she felt like Lizzo would retaliate, agreed to touching a woman's breasts during a performance. There was another instance noted in the lawsuit that described how Lizzo began to invite employees to touch other nude performers and to handle dildos and bananas.
And that's where she lost it. Yup, and that's it.
I love bananas so much. I would have never thought to put it inside someone. So I can just picture myself being in the room and just eating a banana in the corner and, you know, not thinking about anything sexual going on. But let's get back to the story. Lizzo took a few days to respond to all of this. And while she was taking a few days, there were a lot of people who were rallying around the women. There were a lot of dancers who were rallying around and people who knew Lizzo and people who were sort of waiting for the right moment to tell their own stories. Lizzo basically came out and said, listen, I'm a hardworking woman and sometimes that gets to the best of me, but they're lying and I'm not that woman that they're basically describing. Her response was timed perfectly. It was timed while Donald Trump was being arraigned on charges again. It gave people sort of time to marinate on her response, but then quickly deflected to something that was a little bit more real world. Lizzo said in her response, quote, sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. She also noted to the sexual harassment allegations and directly denied the claims that she had weight shamed dancers. Quote, I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. It didn't seem like Lizzo in her response wanted to own any part of what they were saying and their quote impression of her actions while they were on tour. Speaking of tours, the women have continued to do media tours, doubling and tripling down on the events that happened, and they seem confident in their case because these events obviously happened around so many people. It's so hard to say who is right here because the evidence is stories and intentions and impressions and situations that we haven't seen and that we haven't felt being in the room. Everyone feels so differently about every situation. This will have lasting effects on Lizzo's career. Lizzo has been a champion for acceptance and everyone to have the freedom to do what they want, be who they are. It's Lizzo. You know, these stories are just so hard to believe based on the persona that she's given us. Even if Lizzo is found not guilty in this, she's basically already guilty in the court of public opinion. And I feel like she's going to constantly have to negate the public's idea and perception of who she is based on this story. The question will still always be there on YouTube and Reddit and Twitter. Is Lizzo really the person we know her to be? Is she really this person who owns her sexuality and is confident and has the wherewithal to respect other people's boundaries when they're handling dildos and bananas while they're on tour? It's going to be hard for Lizzo to have these moments like in the lawsuit where she's kicking it with dancers at clubs with dildos and bananas. She's simply going to face accusations surrounding her performances from this moment on, from this moment in her career forward. The lawsuit representing the three women was asked on CNN if there are more people who come forward, and he said,
100% I believe more people will come forward.
So let me know what you guys think about this story. This is really such an interesting one because Lizzo is Lizzo, you know, she is that girl. She is the girl that we have seen grow to become this international superstar who is big, who does not care about being big. She is herself, and it has inspired so many people. I just can't believe that this is happening. So let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. And something tells me I will be talking to you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.